Welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus Show. I am Lupagus, and today we're going to talk about some second-year Minnesota Vikings who may have a big impact in 2022. Before we hop in that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the vids. We are closing in on 6,000. I can almost smell it, and it's going to smell and taste damn good. All right, so Minnesota Vikings. Right now, the coach is here. Most of the coaching staff is here. Front office is pretty much in line. Now it's time to start looking at this roster, figuring out the moves you're going to make, who's staying, who is going to go, where are we going to look in the draft, who are we targeting in free agency. Before we do that, though, we got to look at these players who we have currently on the roster, specifically these this rookie class that didn't do a whole heck of a lot in year one, and look at these guys and think who might actually have a pretty significant role in 2022. Obviously, you got guys like Christian Darrisaw. We all know is going to be the starting left tackle. No secret there. Kenny Wang also has a role as the kick returner, and a damn good one at that. So we know those guys are going to have big roles, be important in 2022. I think in Ngwangu's case, he may see more action as a running back. I expect with Curtis Modkins here being the coach, he may want to mix those guys up a little bit more than we've seen in the past. So I'm expecting Ngwangu to get some more touches on the ground and still be that dynamic return man. But we're looking at guys who didn't do much of anything last year that could take a major step forward and have an impact. And I think we've got to start with our young quarterback, Kellen Monde. He only completed 2 passes for 5 yards last year, and clearly Mike Zimmer was not a fan of this guy. He basically said he's seen enough of him, doesn't need to see any more. But what happens with Kirk Cousins, he doesn't want to take a pay cut. That could be forcing the Vikings' hands at looking to make a move. And if he is traded, Kellen Monde's going to end up being the starting quarterback for this team, at least initially until they bring in a bridge option. But, if he takes some big strides in camp, mini camp, the preseason, maybe he is the starter. And he could have a huge impact, obviously, if he is a Minnesota Vikings starter moving forward. The kid can take off. He can make some plays with his feet. He's got a strong arm. We didn't get to see a whole heck of a lot last year just because I don't think Mike Zimmer wanted to have this rookie quarterback as the backup, which showed when we went and decided Sean crusty-ass Mannion. But it's not out of the question that Kellen Monde sees some significant and meaningful snaps in 2022. Let's move on to the next guy, and that's our guard, Wyatt Davis. Wyatt Davis, truly one of the biggest mysteries of last season. When he was drafted, everybody assumed he was going to be a plug-and-play starting guard for the Vikings on that right side. He just kind of fell down the depth chart in camp. I don't think he was fully healthy. The story really hasn't come out why he just couldn't ascend the depth chart. I think he played every snap he saw was on special teams. He was a hell of a blocker on the field goal unit, but didn't see any playing time on the offense. And he clearly is embarrassed by his rookie season. He said he's making sure that doesn't happen again. He's been working out in LA, eating right, and he's excited for the new regime. He wants to impress his new coaches. So really, you look at the right guard spot, the center as well. Minnesota Vikings O-line is almost complete, but those 2 spots aching huge holes. If Wyatt Davis can step up, play like the 3rd-round pick we expected him to be. Hell, he was even supposed to go higher than that. Played what he showed at Ohio State, where he was a mean, aggressive, physical blocker. If that happens, and the Vikings already have one of their holes potentially fixed, and the guy is already on the team. Wyatt Davis, we're all rooting for you. Do not let us down. Another guy who's definitely have a big impact in 2022, and probably the biggest impact of any of these guys, assuming Kellen Monde doesn't start, is Cam Bynum, the safety. I see him starting next to Harrison Smith. This guy was so impressive as a rookie. He came in, started 3 games, 28 tackles, an interception. He broke up 3 passes. He had a tackle for a loss. And the fact that he was playing positions he wasn't even practicing and doing well at them just shows how smart this kid is, how, his high football IQ, the fact that he can just step in and play. Very excited to see what he does. And I would be shocked if he's not starting next to Harrison Smith, assuming Harrison Smith is still on this team. But Cam Bynum, of all the guys on this list, he's the one I expect to have the biggest impact in 2022. And let's not forget, the Vikings cornerback coverage is pretty bare. He played corner in college. Cam Bynum potentially, depending on what the defensive coordinator wants to do, he could slide back to corner. I don't think that's out of the question at all. And I'd be damn excited to see him do that because I think he would succeed at that position just as easily as he would at safety. So whether he's a safety corner, Cam Bynum, you heard it here, it's Lupagus guarantee will have a huge impact in 2022. And the next one, and the last one really is wide receiver Amir Marsette. If Thielen is gone, someone has to go. I mean, it's Cousins, Hunter, Thielen, Smith. There's huge contracts here, and we got to make some money. We got to make some cap room. So someone's going to go. If it is Adam Thielen, and then Amir Marsette's role is going to be huge. If KJ Osborne bumps outside, Marsette just going to be a terror in the slot. Very excited to see if that does happen. Obviously, I don't want to see Thielen go, but if it does, I think we're in good hands here. This guy was, buried on the depth chart, still had 2 touchdowns as a rookie. He's got great speed, good hands. He's a smooth route runner. Look at Kevin O'Connell. I mean, they're always utilizing his receivers down the depth chart. It was always Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson, even Jeff Sirwarnick was getting reps. So I think you're going to see a lot more 4 wide receiver sets being used, and these guys being rotated a little bit more. So even if Thielen stays, I think Amir Marsette is going to see some more targets and have much more of an impact in 22 than he did in 21. And I got 2 wild cards here just because these guys we didn't see at all last year. We don't know what we have, but first one is Jalen Twyman. The big old run stuffing nose tackle, defensive tackle. Maybe he'll be defensive end. I'm not sure where he's going to fit in here. I would think he would be at nose, but it's that 3-4 is a little bit of a different bird. And he's 6'2" and 290. Maybe he bulks up a little bit, but he's been working with Aaron Donald. He got shot like 4 times in the preseason. I know he got shot in the ass. That always sticks with me. The poor guy didn't even get to have his rookie year. He's motivated. He's, this guy's the guy who cried when he was drafted. You'd love to see that kind of emotion. Jalen Twyman, definitely an emotional guy. I'm hoping for him. I'm rooting for him. I hope he can come up and do something. I was a big fan of his film, watching him last year in the draft. So Jalen Twyman, maybe someone emerges and proves to be a steal. There's still hope for these guys. It's only year 2, and we didn't see Jalen Twyman at all. So basically, it'll be year 1 for him. Another guy in the same boat is the defensive end, Darius Robinson, out of FSU. All this guy did was really stand up and rush the passer as in college. He's got a nice long frame, wide wingspan there. And we need edge rushers. This team is going to a 3-4. You need to have those guys who can stand up and rush the passer. This is what Darius Robinson did. He's got a knack for blocking field goals. You watch his tape. This guy was a field goal, extra point blocking machine. So he definitely will have a shot. Get these guys in training camp. Hopefully they can stay healthy. Hopefully they can compete. And maybe we'll get some prize ones here. So just to recap, the one guy I really think will have the biggest impact this year, who's in year 2, is going to be Cam Bynum, but Wyatt Davis, he'd be right behind him. Those are 2 guys. And obviously with Kellen Monde, it depends what happens with Kirk Cousins. So let me know what else you guys think. Who else could have a major impact for the Vikings in year 2 and help them out in 2022 as they supposedly aren't rebuilding, but are trying to compete. Drop it in the comments below. And again, guys, always keep your skull in your hole.